La 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 la.
I got to a certain point in my life where I felt like everything I was doing was making me less happy. I mean, eventually I couldn't concentrate on anything. I knew that if I didn't do anything about it, I wouldn't have much time left. And that's when I found Zuzaflex. You know, I almost forgot how to smile and even laugh, actually, until Zuzaflex became a part of my life. It really is an amazing thing. Zuzaflex helped me look at life in a more positive way. And I also feel like life is looking back on me in a positive way, too.
Ask your doctor about Zuzaflex, the #1 doctor-recommended antidepressant in America. Ask your doctor if you are eligible to begin taking Zuzaflex. Do not take Zuzaflex if you are pregnant or under the age of 18. Do not continue to take Zuzaflex if you experience the following: headaches, drowsiness, nausea, asthma, thoughts of suicide, stomach bleeding, oral bleeding, ocular bleeding, Jewish bleeding, fake bleeding, green vision, waffle vision, negative vision, talking fingernails, belly button vortex, cotton vomit, twist off kneecaps, ghost cows, small reeds, a sudden addiction to Wildberry Pop-Tarts, if you try to drink your wall, if you can only speak in Dutch, if the only sentence you can say is you've got mail, if you have the sexual feeling toward your air conditioner, if you develop an overwhelming fear of suntan lotion, if you acquire a taste to any Tyler Perry production, if you evolve into Vaporeon, if every time you get a cut, instead of bleeding, your wound turns into a portal that leads to Fraggle Rock or Eureka's Castle, if you are constantly growing a Hitler mustache, if your left arm turns evil, if every time you see a roly-poly bug, you think it's Dakota Fanning, if you only hear things in symphonies, if you see something that isn't there, if you don't see something that is there, if you see subliminal flash of Brad Pitt as Tyler Durden 4 times a day, if the only thing you can say is omelette du fromage, if you think you own a sewing machine but you really don't, if you think you're related to every player on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, if you hear drum solos coming out of your refrigerator, if every time you give someone a high five they turn into Stephen King, if women's breasts appear to you as truck headlights, if every time you see an elevator door open, torrents of blood spill out, if people approach you and tell you you look like Michael Clark Duncan but you know you don't, if you become a lefty, if you see Hogwarts in your hat, if the only song you can play on guitar is the theme to the Addams Family, if when you bake cookies you add ink instead of sugar, if you know what was in the unopened package at the end of Castaway, if you know what the Ultasheen does. If you can only talk backwards, not like Yoda, but like you are literally reading words backwards, by letter rather than separated in fragments. If you are talking in Yoda backwards, this would not be a result of taking Zuzaflex. If while having a normal conversation with a heads-up penny it starts to remind you of Rome, if 846382019380049400, Duaduakuma poof $$@ If you keep getting the feeling that someone stole your children, but you remember that you don't have any children, and further realize that you are a child yourself, if you dive into a pool and come to the realization that there is no water in the pool, nor is there a pool at all, and that you are actually Clifford the Big Red Dog and you are stuck under Arnold's small blue baseball cap from Nickelodeon cartoon series Hey Arnold. Orange Vision. If you believe that Snoopy was really truly evil deep down and you chose not to show it for the entire Peanuts series, but fear that his harbored evil emotions are going to become manifested in the form of a giant stop sign and it is going to attack you the day after Christmas of the following year. Death, and or fake death.
Zuzaflex has helped millions of Americans across the country. And now it's gonna help you too.
Oh, the fuck!